Hello, my name is Craig Hall. Um, I've been just sitting around not doing much but praying and studying. You can call me Brother Craig. I would like that. I'm here to help people. It's what I really wanted to do. Is help people that are hurting. What I would like to do is start a ministry through my home called Outside the Walls for Christ. My background is I was saved at 7, and I've lived my life for Christ. And because I'm a wee bit dyslexic, and a little bit slow in my learning process, and a little bit slow in sharing things with people, I trip up on words. I pretty much left high school not knowing how to read. I could read, but every time I come across a big word, I just skipped over it. So I spent 4 years in the Navy, got out of the Navy, went to Bible college. It was a small college in Seattle, Washington, called Seattle Bible Training School. It was there where I had to take a class called Bible Survey. And in 3 months I had to read through the Living Bible from cover to cover. The teachers gave us a chronological reading assignments to where we read through the Bible chronologically. That's before the days that we had the daily chronological Bibles that we have today. That was an experience. I actually got an A out of the class. I had to learn how to read then, and that's where I am. I have gone on and finished college because the first college I went to was non-accredited. So that means that when I went to transfer my credits, they didn't work. So I got married and went on from there. Then I went to community college to take some of my other classes, like English and math and history and all that kind of stuff. And I took those with my transcripts from the Baptist College of Florida and took them over to Northwest College in Kirkland, Washington. And they were a sister college to Seattle Bible Training School. And they accepted all these credits. I did 1 or 2, either quarter or semester, and I was able to leave there with my associate's degree in general studies. Because it was hard to find a job, and I had jobs all this time, and I got laid off, and it was hard to find a job in the late to all the way into late 80s into 1995. I moved to Alabama with my father. Now when I got down here, I was planning on going to Southwest College, the Assembly of God College down here, but I couldn't afford to move on from Chipley, Florida down. So I got a job and things were going well until my father came up with cancer and he passed away in July of '95. Then I was kind of floating a while working at Walmart and working at Econo Lodge and doing what I could to keep my family of 3 children and my wife keep us going, keep us above our heads above water. So in, let's see, 96, I made application to it's now called the Baptist College of Florida, but it was Baptist Theological Baptist Theological College. I think that's wrong, but I can correct it at another time. But because I've been not watching, but listening to people like Glenn Beck on the radio and Rush Limbaugh and Hannity, they have taught me that I need to quit sitting around and I need to start speaking out. Well, I don't have much prepared to speak out today, but here I'm 55 years old, and ever since I was 7, people have told me to read the Bible and pray. But nobody really told you how to pray. Now, I don't have the perfect way to pray. I'm not telling you how to pray, but I'm telling you how I pray, and it may give you suggestions on how you can work out your prayer time. Let me give you a little bit of history on this. I was broken, and I was broken to the core. I was put on my knees. In September 2001, we all remember September 11th, but September 24th, my son was on a trip with the college he was going to, and I'm not going to name the college name because they are good people there. But he was on a trip to Blankstown, Florida, and they were on the way back on I-10, and the rear left tire, or right tire, my wife will correct me on that, the tread separated, and the van rolled, and it killed 3 of the students, and my son was one of them. This changed my life. It broke me. It brought me closer to the Lord. Here I thought my experience with the baptism in the Holy Spirit that I received in 75 was my ticket that bought everything for me. But it wasn't everything. It made me know that the Lord is real, but I had not learned what the Baptist taught in grace. And grace is unmerited. I didn't work for it. It's a gift from God that He loved us. That grace was given through the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, my Lord. So I was broken. I was a senior in college at that time. And I didn't go back to college for 3 years. So I did go back. I had like 3 classes to do. But my last class was a class on the because of my dyslexia, I'm a little bit slow in my thinking, was on the Sermon on the Mount. And when we came to Matthew chapter 5 verse 3, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. When that was explained to me, right then and there, it broke me more. Because blessed are the poor in spirit really means blessed are those who are at the end of their rope. And you call out to God and you say, God, I'm poor in spirit. I need you. I need you to come in. I need to surrender to you. So through all the books that I have been reading, like Grace and Power by, I would have to forget right now, but reading books like Grace and Power and stuff like that, some of the old classics, listening to Charles Spurgeon sermons, reading his sermons, learning about grace, learning about surrender, learning all these things has brought me to the way I have been able to put together this prayer that I put together. I start out my prayer with the Lord's Prayer, and I don't have it right, so I go to the Word and I read it. I don't read it to the Lord every day, but I will read it for you today so I don't mess it up. Now the Lord's Prayer starts in Matthew 6, verse 5. And when thou prayest, now I'm reading from the King James because a lot of people prefer the King James. And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corners of the streets, that they may be seen by men. They're hypocrites. They just want to pray to be seen by the others so they can be lifted up in other people's eyes. Verily, this is Jesus talking, I say unto you, they have their reward. In other words, they don't have a reward. But thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet. Your closet may be a room with nobody in it. Your bedroom, your bathtub, a little spot out in the yard so you can get alone with the Lord. And when thou hast shut the door, pray to thy Father, which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth the secret shall reward thee openly. You don't go out and tell everybody how you pray. It's a secret between you and God. I'm not Catholic, I'm Baptist. I don't have to go to the priest and confess my sins. I confess my sins to Jesus, and He takes them to God the Father, and I am forgiven of my sins. But when thou pray, use not vain repetitions. In other words, don't. They mention this on